Pavlina from Pavlina's Kids Place. I'm here in New York with Barbara Murphy-Warrington, the CEO of Girl Scouts of Greater New York. Hello.
Hello, how are you, Pavlina?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Awesome. So, what has been like one of the best moments in Girl Scouts for you?
Well, I was a Girl Scout when I was a little girl, and I've been the CEO of the Girl Scouts of Greater New York for 2 years. And so there have been many, many great moments. I think the best moment for me probably was when I went to the National Convention in Houston in 2011. I heard that you were there, and being in a hall with over 15,000 Girl Scouts was absolutely amazing. It took my breath away. So that was the best moment for me.
Yeah, definitely. I loved that event. Like, I have to go every year. It was so much fun. So I've been a Girl Scout for most of my life, and the leadership and the steps, have always helped me, with all of that stuff, like, along the way with, like, the big stuff, like the National Convention, or the small stuff, like mall sleepovers or swaps and everything. For girls, like, what are some things that are, like, changing around the world that are, like, cool for kids or interesting stuff for girls?
Wow, it's a very interesting time, I think, to be a young person, Pavlina. The world is very, very complex now. It seems so much more complex than when I was a little one, and there seems to be so many things that kids can get into. Like, you have the internet and all the cool ways of social media of communicating, and for me, getting involved in that and having the opportunity to connect with people around the world and dialogue on things that are, what's the latest in music in Russia or in Africa or in different places. And, going beyond your familiar, what's in your own community and learning about what's, other parts of the world and connecting those experiences and what you're learning to what you're doing in your own community. I think that that's the incredible opportunity that young people have today that I didn't have when I was growing up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's great now then. So growing up, kids have all kinds of obstacles. What kind of obstacle did you have, and how did you overcome or deal with it?
Well, I think that the obstacles I had as a girl are similar obstacles that I'm hearing from girls today. And that was around, my shape of my body. I had pimples, and, I was concerned about that. I had to wear braces and all of that sort of stuff. And, my image was a huge issue for me. Also, I had an issue about being smart. It wasn't cool to be a smart girl because you wanted to be, you didn't think that boys would like you if you were good in math and science. And today I'm finding that girls are, struggling with the same sort of thing. I think the third thing that I'd say for me is I didn't have a lot of role models when I was younger. I didn't see women in positions like in medicine or in law or fields that I was interested in. And so not having role models, it kind of challenged me to really see myself as that. And I'm hearing that girls are having the same issues today, lack of role models.
Yes, definitely. I was actually talking to some people from CBS because I went on like this tour, and they were saying how it was really great that I was doing this, I guess, but that girls, they don't think that girls have exactly a role model to look up to even now.
Absolutely. And we've done some research in Girl Scouts about that in the topic of leadership. And girls, while they're very interested in leadership and think it's exciting, only 21% of them believe that they have the skills to lead. And most of the girls, 60% of them, think it's easier to follow than to lead. And part of that is because they don't see women in leadership roles demonstrating to them that they can be leaders.
What do you find like as common characteristics of girls or women leaders?
Well, I think that, and I like men, I like boys. I'm a mother of 2 sons, so please, guys who are out there listening to Pavlina's program, don't take this comment, as if I'm against you. But I think that women and girls are very creative, very innovative. I think often that we're willing to go beyond the boundaries to do something in a different sort of fashion. And maybe in some ways we're more willing to take risk. And I think part of that's related to the fact that we're now getting opportunities that many of us have never had before. And so the boundaries that are there are not boundaries that we created for ourselves. And so I think we're willing to step across those boundaries much more quickly. than boys or men. The other thing that I think that we have in common, in girls and women, is we're natural collaborators. We come together and we create community, we work together. A lot of us are not caught up in being, the person who's charging up the mountain in front. We want to do it together. And so I see that in young girls and young women, and I think that's true in women as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's great. So I know you have a program going on at Barnard. How is that going? And what are your upcoming plans and events with that?
It's a very exciting program on leadership, and it's to respond to the research that I shared with you about how so few girls believe that they have the skills to lead. And it's focused on, the summer intensive is focused on helping girls build a business. They're learning how to be entrepreneurs. They're going to pitch their businesses to professional women, again, giving them the opportunity to connect with role models. The program is going really well. There are 51 girls that we've selected from around the city who are in the intensive, and then they go into the balance of the institute, which is 9 months, where they'll go through 3 tracks. One is on leadership in the workplace, where once again they'll connect with women in the workplace. Leadership in the community, where they will do a take action project around community service to make their communities better. And the third one, which I'm really excited about, is leadership in the world, where they're going to have the opportunity to connect with girls around the world and engage in conversations, dialogue, projects around issues that girls around the world are grappling with. So I think it's going to be an incredible experience for the girls.
Yeah, definitely. That's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for coming by.
We run the world. Who run the world? Girls.